My organization is called Music for the Disabled, and it was founded 10 years ago in Guildford by a very nice gentleman called Jack Malby, who plays the clarinet and all sorts of other instruments, and he conducts the light opera, I think, in Guildford. Light opera, no, light orchestra, rather, right? And when he retired, he decided he wanted to make music to patients, to people who couldn't really go to concerts, who were hospitalized or disabled or in nursing homes. And he recruited a few people, and they go around. Sorry, they go around and play, and uh, people come back to him and ask him, please, will you do this? Will you do that? And he does a lot in the schools for children with learning disabilities.
Is this a local group then?
Well, no, yeah, at the moment it is. No, well, his group is in Guildford, and then he's got, I think, something like 7 or 8 teams around. And when I met him, because I was looking for sort of the same idea, because I thought it'd be nice to make music to people, live music to people who really couldn't go to places where they could hear live music. He asked me, he said he's 81 and he feels very tired and he would like to eventually retire. Would I take over the organization? Which I did. And I've moved sort of the headquarters to Weybridge, and I'm starting from there because by the time I met him, I've already had a lot of connections in nursing homes and residential homes. And
Yeah, can I just sort of stop you and ask
Yeah,
you
please do.
why you got involved with the organisation? Do you play any musical instrument or?
Yes, well, I'm a professional pianist. I've got a master's and artist's degree from the Rubin Academy in Jerusalem because I was born in Jerusalem. I was raised in Israel. I came to England 4 years ago after a family tragedy, and I was looking for something to do, and I saw an advertisement in one of the musical newspapers looking for a pianist for the Barnes Hospital, which really caters for demented geriatrics. And I took the job on, and it proved absolutely great. I mean, people were so happy. I mean, people who you couldn't communicate with in any other way reacted to the music. And that gave me a lot of pleasure, and decided to look for more places to do it.
You're obviously used to performing professionally. You've
Oh
said
yes, oh yes. I performed in Israel. I perform here. I
still
still do.
performing?
Yes, I still do performances.
that. What do you prefer? Do you prefer giving concerts to the sort of less able, or to the I don't know, people who really know their music?
Well, you can't really compare between the two. Classical concert is something else. Then you have a public which really comes to listen to your program. And then I play music which I love very much because I do the programming with colleagues of mine, either if I accompany singers or instrumentalists, and then we do a program that we love. When I go to the other places, I do have to cater to the people, and mostly I do what they request me to do, or we sing. And it gives me a great pleasure because they love it. But if you ask me which music I prefer to do, well, I prefer to play Richard Strauss and Chopin. But I play a lot of Chopin and Tchaikovsky and Mendelssohn in the places I go because people know the popular pieces and they ask for them. Moonlight Sonata by Beethoven is one of the staple diets in every nursing and residential home that I go because, people know. And anyway, in England, there's a lot of music around and people have been really brought up with music. So mostly you find that people love it and know the pieces, which is great.
And you're here to promote a concert this afternoon, is that right? Or
Well, no. This afternoon I'm doing a concert as part of the organization. We're doing a summer concert in Sherwood House, which is a residential home in Walton, and they have their summer party. They have it every year on the 1st of July. And I'm doing a concert with a singer, and we're doing mostly songs from operas, shows, and more popular stuff. And I'm here to promote really my organization, Music for the Disabled, because I would like to be able to do more concerts. And for this, I have to know who wants concerts. And I would like people to come back to me, and I would like some professional musicians to join me in the organization if they are willing and are able to do concerts in hospitals, residential, nursing homes, learning disabilities, anything like it.
Do you think professional musicians would mind performing in front of patients? Or
Oh no, I think professional musicians do it very often because it gives them a great pleasure, because it's absolutely greatly appreciated wherever we go, and that really is the great satisfaction of doing it.
what about cost then? How much would it cost to hire you out then? But, yeah.
Well, that varies again. If we will get the grant we asked for, then it'll take the burden of the costs. But we do try and get something for our musicians. So places which can't pay, we just take expenses. And if people can do, then we have a rate per hour or per concert, and
Right.
depends how many people come out.
So money's not a problem then, really?
Not a big problem, because it's arranged like this. There's a group which works with him. They're called the Parlor Singers, and they're 5 people. So we charge for them what we would charge for 2 other people to come out. That means they don't get the same charge because they're 5 people times 5. And I think that our prices, and I mean, it's always negotiable, because most of the places we work with have difficulties, financial difficulties, and we have to come forward and we have to compromise.
There are a number of groups in the area which do a similar sort of thing.
Yeah.
How does your group differ from them?
Well, we do not audition the musicians that want to work with us, but we do ask for professional musicians, or I would say semi-professional musicians, but people who are used to performing in front and who have a repertoire which suits, and of course which have on the standard of playing which suits a concert, right? Because I wouldn't like the public to say, "Oh God, this is awful," which happens sometimes.
So they've got to be of a reasonable standard then.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes,
Right.
absolutely.
And how can people get in contact with you?
Well, I think the best way to do it is really to write to me, and I will give my address if you think it's a good idea, right? So it's Ofra Goetz, OPHRA GOETZ, and it's 58 Home Chase, HOLME Chase, 2 words, Weybridge, Surrey, KT 130OBZ.
And you would ask staff members to get in contact with you?
Oh
would you?
yes, I would love anybody who thinks I can do something for them, or they can do something for us, to please get in touch. And some families, maybe families who have their loved ones in hospitals and they have birthdays, or they would like us to do a special concert, or they would like us just to come in and play their favorite music of their family members,